So let's take a better look at the exterior on these 2024 2652 Pures. Now, something really cool I want to show you guys is a feature that on the key, just click these and it actually tests all of your lights, from your park lights to your dim lights and your brights. Even your fogs on the side, everything gets tested. You do not have to jump in and out of your vehicle to check if things are working. So if we take a walk around on this truck, you'll see that trucks are spec'd with 315 steel rims and the Michelin X Multi 315s on the steer as well as on the drive. Now let's take a closer look into this beautiful engine bay. I mean, look at the space here. This is a mechanic's dream. Specifically, I mean, look at that power steering system. All mounted on chassis. You wouldn't have to remove any unnecessary items to get to that power steering system to sort out any faults. It is an absolutely beautiful engine bay. Now, if we also go back, I'm sure you will notice this battery storage system. Now, on the previous Actros 2652s, if you've had one, you would have known that that double stack battery was a complete nightmare. Now, Merc has definitely come to the party with this. They've rectified the system. So with this battery box system, I doubt there's going to be any of those old issues, and it's going to bring your battery maintenance, damages, breakdowns, all right down. So these trucks specifically come spec'd with a 480 litre tank on the left hand side and then a 400 litre tank on the right hand side, which we'll take a look at now. You can also see the back of the cab. Something that's been boggling my mind for the last few days is what is inside that double stack air intake system. You know, it's actually made me curious enough. I think I might just strip that out and see what's inside there, but let's have a look at the rest of the truck first. Now, something else on the rear of the truck that I am really happy with is this lighting system. Now, previously our 2022 Actros 52s had a combination of LED and globes. These now come complete with just standard LEDs, and hopefully this is going to be a lot more durable than the other spec. Now, we can also do the light test on the rear lights. As you can see, it tests everything from your reverse indicator, hazards, park and brake lights. So let's actually take a look at the right hand side of this truck here. So I do not want to get back on the road. Right inside your engine bay, you've got that stunning turbo intake right there, and your heat shields. Now, I still don't understand why Merc kept such a big exhaust silencer here. I'm thinking it may have something to do with their Euro 5 specs and they just didn't change it for the South African market, but it seems to be working fine. We'd like to eventually take this tank out and replace it with a 500 litre tank. I hope you guys can hear me, it's a bit loud, but that is what the exhaust system looks like. We'll take a look at the inside of the chassis. And one more look at the back. So that's it, guys. That's the exterior features on the 2024 Mercedes Actros 2652. Actually, one more thing. Let's take a look underneath the bonnet before I forget. So I think for that, we just undo that latch, and there we go. Now, the beautiful thing about not having an aquatarta is that you've got less water pipes running through your system. I mean, look at this. The space here is unbelievable to work with, and it's lovely. Your main wiring looms all go to one easy accessible location, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. So let's talk a bit about specs, right? Have you ever wondered what it would be like putting the raw power of an American engine with German engineering? Well, this 2652 does exactly that. Now, these trucks specifically are a Euro 3 spec, 520 horsepower, a G281 gearbox with a single clutch. Now, what that means is that combination is going to give you a final drive ratio of around 2.84, and simply putting that into a South African climate, on your uphills you may not get that torque or that power going up, but what it is going to do for you is save you on your fuel consumption, undoubtedly. Okay, so we covered engine, transmission, drivetrain, your final drive ratios. Let's talk a bit about the braking characteristics of this truck. Now, like I mentioned earlier, the old Actroses had an aquatarta with a 2-stage engine brake. Merck realized the issues with that, specifically with the aquatarta and the water leaks on the evaporation tray, and they have completely taken that off the vehicle. Now, you've got a 3-stage engine brake with these trucks. Your first stage takes that stopping power to about 150 kilowatts, or just over. Then your second stage is about 230, and your final stage takes that to 350 kilowatts. Now, I believe that that is more than enough on the stopping power, but now that we've gone through the specs, let's take it for a test drive. So, air pressure is built full, engine's up to temperature. Just get our seatbelt on, we can get going. So another feature on this Actros is that as soon as you put your truck into gear, the handbrake actually releases itself. So whether it's drive or reverse, you just give it about 2 seconds and your handbrake goes off. Right. Let's go. Now, what I noticed was that in your auto functions, there are let's call it 3 options. You get your standard auto, your auto economy, and your auto economy plus. Now, I'm not too sure what the differences are between those. These trucks haven't left the depot as yet, but I'm really curious to try it out with 3 different trucks and see what the fuel consumption differences are like. Now, on our current Actroses, on a shuttle route, which is running up empty to Northern Cape and then back down to Durban or PE loaded, we're getting about 2.9 kilometers per liter. So with these Actroses, given that they are the standard cab and not given that they're not the standard cab and that they're pures, we're expecting that the spec should give us a fuel consumption of at least about 3.2 kilometers per liter. But if you guys are considering any other variations that you want us to try out, be it on a tri-axle or taut liner, please let us know as well. We'd be happy to do those tests as well. Now, let's see if the camera holds on this turn. Camera, don't fall, don't fall. Okay, so good, so far so good. Take it a lot slower now. Yeah. Okay, we're good. You're still with us, right? So currently I'm driving in an Eco Plus mode. I think that changes your gears at about 1,100 RPM. I think if you drive it on normal auto, it pushes it all the way up to 1.5, and on standard eco, well, I'll have to test that out. Like I said, I'm not even using my foot brake, I'm just using my engine brake to slow down. And I still haven't touched my foot brake. I actually have to switch the engine brake off because it is too strong. There is a car in front of me. Let's see if I can overtake this car. You know, compared to the camera system for the mirrors, I think I actually prefer your normal mirrors because, I don't know, I think I'm just used to it. With the camera system, I don't think I'd know where to look. It would be a bit weird, and then also your camera system sits right here in front of your face, so I feel like that would be a bit distracting itself. So let's go on a bit of a downhill and test this engine brake out properly. Okay, I'm going to take it up to about 60 k's an hour. And let's roll it down. First stage. And okay, first stage is already enough. I have to switch it off. Yeah, so I mean, this braking system is absolutely beautiful. I couldn't even take it to all three stages. The first stage was enough to hold itself. But yeah, let's take it back to the depot, and I'm going to show you guys what you can expect to get with a new Actros 52 in terms of the spare keys, the toolboxes, and all the other goodies that come along with it. Let's switch it to standard eco and see at what RPM we change gears. Okay, so your standard, your normal eco mode, you're looking at about 1,300 RPM that is changing at, which I think is the main difference. So your auto will be close to 1,500. Your eco at 1,300, and then your eco plus is close to 1,100 RPM, which could be the difference. Obviously, we will get those proper stats for you guys when we test the trucks with a full load on a proper run. Now, let's get back to the depot so we can show you guys all the cool stuff that it comes with. Let's talk a bit about the interior of the truck, right? Let's start off with your key, right? Now, this is your key, and yes, these trucks are keyless start, which is great, definitely, but I mean, expected concern is losing the keys, and I think Merc has definitely taken this into consideration because each truck comes with 3 spare keys. Now, I think that completely takes the worry of losing the keys out of the equation. And in terms of the other interior features, now I think in 2022 Merc had an MP5 sort of launch where it came with your digital screens as well as the camera mirrors. Now, we did not spec these trucks to that specifications because a worrying factor is damages to either the mirror cameras or your digital display screens. We went with the analog system on your speedometer and rev counters and a digital system on the infotainment system. The other thing is that this cab is extremely spacious. Your height is exactly the same as your standard cabs. The only difference is that the width of your cab is about 20 centimeters shorter. And I mean, if you have a look here, I can stand up complete, and this is me at full height. I'm about 1.6 meters high, and it is enough room for anything. You can walk around. This is me on the passenger seat now, and I cannot tell the difference between this and the standard cab. Let's take a look around the full interior of the truck. Here you've got your driving display, which, like I said before, is a full analog system. That was just our spec that we decided to go with. I'm sure Mercedes has an option for the digital specs. Your infotainment system right here, and your aircon controls and your function buttons. Now, yes, this beautiful fragile looking thing here is your handbrake switch, but I'm sure Merc did their trial and errors with that, and it will be a stable build. And then if we look to our left, you've got your passenger seat here, and here we go to our storage compartments. Now, if we had to look at the center storage compartment, you've got your fridge and freezer placed right in here, and that's quite a bit of space to store all your food and drinks. Let's put that away. You've got your right hand side access to your toolbox. Right here we've actually removed all the tools for now, but I will show you guys what the truck comes with. Right, and then your left hand side tool compartment as well. And yes, these Actros 2652 Pures come with a double bunk. Obviously you can see that the lower bed has been put up, and there is your second bunk bed. On the top you've also got your interior lighting, your sunroof, and there is plenty of storage space for your documents or whatever you would like to store. So we're back at the depot. Let's take a look at what equipment the Actroses come with. So you've got your medical kit right here, your tow hook, then you've got your emergency triangle. This 2 bars here is actually 2 crowbars, a cab jack, as well as a jack handle for your normal 12-ton jack. You've also got your in-cab fire extinguisher. You've got a little safety light that you can use if you're changing tires or have a breakdown. Then you've also got, like I mentioned earlier, the 3 spare keys that comes with the vehicle, your warranty, service and maintenance booklets, a very long tire inflation pipe that can mount onto your air tanks. This here is the cab cleaning air pipe, your ABS cables, and 2 shock locks. So that's all the tools in your Actros 2652. Okay guys, so that's it for the 2024 Actros 2652 review. If you've liked this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe. We're going to be giving away something really cool in 12 months. We're going to be given to one of our subscribers. So if you haven't clicked that subscribe button, click it now and stay tuned.